Welcome to Amateur Hour Game Review. Today, we have the Boston Celtics versus the Detroit Pistons. The Celtics, they would eventually end up losing to the Pistons 93 to 96. The Celtics, they had a terrible game. This was really disappointing for us Celtics fans. It was clear from the start that the Celtics were not playing well. They played with no passion, no heart, and they just couldn't hit any shots. It's games like these that make us Celtics fans question the team. It seemed like the Celtics, they did not want to win. It was just abysmal. The Celtics, they would end up being down by 21 points at one point. How do you let the Detroit Pistons do that to you? And the worst part about it is when the Celtics, they would try to come back, they would eventually lose as they couldn't hit the open shot. And that just ties into the point that the Celtics, they weren't hitting any shots. The Celtics, they need to go to the gym and stay there until they can make the shots. They only shot 26% from three. That is beyond terrible. How do you shoot 26% from three and only 50% from the free throw line? That's just unacceptable if you want to win. Now, the team may have played terrible overall, but Jason Tatum still had a decent game, scoring 28 points. He may have scored 28 points though, but it was very inefficient as he shot 27% from three. Along with Jason Tatum's 28 points, in Celtics they had Jaylen Brown with 25, but he shot even worse from three, which is rare to see as Jaylen Brown is usually the more consistent Celtic shooter. He only shot 14%, which is beyond terrible, like I have said. We see Smart with 13 points and 9 assists. Nothing that we wouldn't expect with Smart's new role as the leading playmaker. Standard Smart things. Also, Peyton Pritchard had a terrible game. Slim Shady, 8 Mile, Peyton Pritchard had scored 0 points in this game. He's been playing amazing, but this game was just an off night, like it was for the entire Celtics team. Peyton Pritchard had 0 points, and Jeff Teague, he played decent, as you would expect from a veteran player too. He had 12 points, pretty reliable. Now the Pistons, Jeremy Grant had the game of his life, scoring 24 points, leading the pack for them. And Derrick Rose, former MVP Derrick Rose, 17 points. Now I'm pretty sure all NBA fans can say this. You're glad to see this, as it sucks what happened to D Rose. He had potential to be an everlasting MVP, but he got the tragic injury, the ACL injury, and now he's making his comeback. He's looking good again. Now that I've talked about the player stats, I don't even know where to get started with on the actual game. As the Celtics, they looked terrible. No heart, no passion. Like I've already said, they couldn't hit open shots. They just couldn't. It seemed like they were out of practice and they just didn't want to win. This would in fact cost them the game. There were numerous beautiful plays set up by Brad Stevens that always let there be an open shooter. But the thing is, the Celtics couldn't hit those open shots. Along with the Celtics' incredibly poor shooting, the Celtics lineup would be also really bad. As the Celtics, they had both their big men, Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice, in the starting lineup. Now you might be wondering, why is it bad to have two bigs as a traditional team would? The reason is they get outscored, they get outplayed when they have these two bigs. The Celtics, they're not a big team. At least they don't play big, right? The Celtics, they have many guard-like players. You might say Tatum 6'10", and he has some height, but he plays like a guard. The Celtics, when they have both their big men in, they constantly get outscored. It would be so much better if we split up the big man duo. You put one of them on the bench, one of them as a starter. Now I think we should have Tristan Thompson start, as we'll need his energy from the get-go. On top of having Daniel Tice go to the bench, I think the Celtics, they should get Grant Williams to start. Having Grant Williams will start will just fortify the Celtics defense even more. And it will give Grant Williams experience to make his own shot and score. That's the main thing Grant Williams is lacking right now, scoring. And by putting him in, he's going to get that opportunity. We get to see what this young player can do. Give him more minutes. I guarantee you he will shine. He's been already proven to be such a great defender. Now, if we get him more minutes, we'll get to see what he can do on offense. The main issue for Grant Williams right now, though, is his three-point shot. That can easily be worked out. Just have him spend countless hours, which he should be doing, working on his three-point shot. If Grant Williams starts, I guarantee you, the Celtics will start playing better. We'll have two defensive captains in Smart and Williams there to anchor down the team, there to lead the team, as these two players are the most vocal players. They play with incredible heart, incredible passion. And that's one of the main things the Celtics are lacking. On top of moving Grant Williams to the bench, the Celtics, they should sign Isaiah Thomas. I know I've already said that numerous times before on our weekly show, but signing Isaiah Thomas would help the Celtics so much. Having Isaiah Thomas as another scoring option, it would be incredible. Now you might say Isaiah Thomas is a defensive liability, which he is. But the thing is, it's not that he doesn't play with passion. It's that he's just too short. I'm okay with that. As long as the Celtics, they play defense with passion, they play with heart, I'm fine if their defense isn't as good, because we still got Smart, we still got Grant Williams. We just need that heart, that scoring ability, and who else but Isaiah Thomas? The Celtics organization, they owe it to him to give him one more chance. As the Celtics, they traded him away after he put his heart on the game. He put his heart in the game. He played with intense passion. He played after his sister died. And it's just a shame to see Isaiah Thomas with his hip injury, and now no teams are willing to give him the chance. And I think the Celtics should give him that chance. As the Boston Celtics, we as an organization, we as a fan base, we owe Isaiah Thomas. He's made so many sacrifices, and he led the Celtics on an incredible run in 2016 and 2017. It was just a miracle. I remember those days, the king of the fourth, Isaiah Thomas. Probably my favorite Celtics team that in a long time. Bringing back Isaiah Thomas will be so helpful. And now we see the Celtics, they're down by 2 with 20 seconds left. We see Jason Tatum get open, and he just misses the shot. Daniel Tice kicks it out, and then Smart, he gets the ball, he drives. He ISOs, and then he drives, and he misses the floater. Yet another missed shot. You hate to see it. We have Mason Plumlee at the free throw line. He breaks the first free throw, giving the Celtics a chance, as it's only going to be a one-possession game. The Celtics could still easily tie the game and go into overtime by hitting a 3. Brad Stevens designs a beautiful play, getting Jaylen Brown open, and he's in rhythm, and it looked like it was going to go in, but he just misses. He misses it short. That's the thing. Celtics, they couldn't hit any shots in this game. I know they're going to bounce back, but I want to see them put in that effort. They have been putting in that effort, and if this game, it's better fuel them even more. The Celtics, they better win the next game, and the Celtics, if they can use this as a learning experience, they will be very, very promising, as we have already said. That's pretty much it for the Celtics versus Pistons game. Very disappointing, but the Celtics, they will bounce back. And with all that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned in for brand new content that will be coming out very, 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 very soon. And I also want to wish everyone out there a happy new year. And with all that being said, we're out.